So we enter the season of spring, perfect time to start a detox. It's a time in yoga and Ayurveda associated with softening, melting, thawing out what winter asked us to hold. So at this time of the year, we can feel ourselves heavy, sluggish, and lackluster. You might be practicing eating certain foods on an Ayurvedic detox at the moment, which will definitely help, but also moving the body is very important. So our practice is going to focus on gently twisting the organs, getting into the gut, into the colon, but also softening the joints. As we know, in wintertime, we can feel really sticky and heavy and stuck in our joints. So softly moving into the body in a way to invite more lubrication. So let's begin by closing the eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nostrils and sigh it out through the mouth. And a couple more times, using each exhalation as an opportunity to really just let your body rest. Let your mind drop. Let's go again. Deep breath in and out through the mouth. And one more time. Let's visualize yourself as you exhale, letting go of whatever no longer serves you, whatever you've been holding on to through the winter months. Start to track your breath now, tracing the passage of air as it enters in through the nostrils and exits out through the nostrils. Adding a little ujjayi breath to start to heat your body, so just gently contracting your windpipe. You start to hear your breath a little bit like the sound of the ocean waves moving in and out. So today we're going to practice in a way not to push, but to gently awaken. So taking your arms down beside you now. As you inhale, let's reach up, bringing the palms together. And then exhale, drawing the palms all the way down. Time of the day is time when kittens get very active. Good. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, drawing all the way down. Sort of reminding us, that in nature, everything starts to come back to life during spring. The longer, lighter days also help to thaw that winter sluggishness. So let's just do another couple of movements of the arms, moving your head up and down as you move your arms together. Good. And then take your hands onto your knees. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the heart. Lift the gaze, lean back, and then exhale, round the spine back, drawing the belly in. Good, let's fold forwards into the hips, lifting up. And then exhale, rounding the spine back, leaning back, dropping the head. Finding these waves through the spine, continuing for 5 rounds. And you can keep that ujjayi breath going. So if you're on my Garden of Veda detox, you'll have already done your Gastrika breath, so you should already be quite warm, but it's nice to keep the breath a little warm without getting too fiery. The Ujjayi breath, perfect for this. And then bring yourself all the way back up to an upright spine. Now we're going to take the fingertips onto the shoulders, and we're going to just find some gentle twists. So you inhale to the left, then exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. So let's do that with me now. I'm going at quite a moderate pace. If you feel like you've got more energy, you can go a little bit faster. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. And just feeling into the spine, the cerebrospinal fluid moving. And also just gently twisting, which will have an impact on the organs. So we're clearing, cleansing all the stagnancy from the organs, in particular from the digestive tract. And let's just do a couple more. And then drop the arms, walk your hands forward, drop your head down. You might feel a little bit lightheaded after this. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then from here, bring yourself onto your hands and knees into tabletop position. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. I like to have a cushion underneath my knees for support. Okay, so we'll work into the digestive tract a little bit more, work into the abdominal muscles as well, and finding a little balance. So lengthen the arms, turn the elbows back, and you just want to have a nice flat back with your hips over your knees. And you can gaze straight down, so your neck is long, in line with the rest of your spine. So from here, as you inhale, extend your fingers forward and your toes backwards, and then lift. Doesn't have to be very high, shoulder and hip height. As we exhale, let's crunch, elbow, knee, forehead. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Let's do a few more like this. Inhale, extend, finding that long diagonal line through the body. But then exhale, crunch, draw the belly in. Last couple. So notice how we're doing repetitions of flowing movements to get the circulation going. Good, and then release. And we'll do exactly the same on the opposite side. Inhale, extending, left toes back, right fingers forward, lift. Stroke the cat whilst you're at it. Exhale, crunch. Really bring your forehead to your knee if you can. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, crunch. And squeezing into the gut. And then we're lengthening the gut. Good. Exhale, crunch. And inhale, extend. Just two more. And release. Now step the knees out nice and wide. Bring your big toes together and lean your buttocks back towards the heels. And bring your forehead to the ground. Now if this is difficult for you, it's fine to have your buttocks off the ground. And let's take a few breaths here. So each time we practice movement, we also practice stillness. Nice, and let's walk the hands back towards us now, bringing the knees together, sitting on the heels, and we'll do a little bit more movement, stretching into the intestinal tract and flowing a little bit more. So we're lifting the energy a little bit higher. So as you inhale, take your arms up, lift the heart. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart center. It's connecting to your own heart, softening inwardly. And then inhale to tabletop. And now as we exhale, bending the elbows, bring the chest and chin down. Inhale, scoop the body forwards, lift the heart center. If you can come a little higher. Again, stretching into the gut. And then exhale, sitting back into child's pose. As you inhale, round up through the spine, lift the arms. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. This is called an earth salutation, Prithvi Namaskar. Inhale, greeting the earth. Exhale, heart to the earth. Inhale, lifting up towards the sunshine. Exhale, sitting back to pause. Good, let's do 3 more like this. Rolling up as you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, forwards to tabletop. Keep your fingers nice and wide. Exhale, chest, chin, or belly chest if that's all you can manage. That's fine. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to child's pose. Good. Inhale, rounding up through the spine, stacking vertebra all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Last one, inhale, forwards to tabletop. Exhale, chest, chin. Inhale, rising up, brightening the heart. Very nice. As you exhale, take it back to child's pose. Just 3 breaths here. Again, let's have some nice wide hips. The knees wide apart. A little wiggle into the hips. Just let go. Okay, let's draw the hands back towards us. Bring the knees together. I'll turn around to face you now. So we're going to tuck the toes under and come into a wide knee squat. And we're going to do just this rocking motion, like a sort of ninja movement. We're lubricating the hip joints. If we don't move the joints, they become dry and cold. And of course, we're coming out of winter, which is kapha season and vata season, dry, cold, heavy. So we want to warm up all the soft tissues and the joints. And let's just take a couple more like this. And then stay in the center. If you can, step your feet out a little wider. Sit down on your heels, bring your hands together. Lift the spine. And let's just take 3 rounds of breath here. You can close your eyes or take your gaze down. Last breath. And then carefully make your way back down into your tabletop. Okay, so let's move into some twists again. This time a little further. Still on the hands and knees. You're going to inhale, sweep your left arm out to the side. Nice open twist. Look up, reach up. And then exhale, take the arm underneath your right armpit along with your left temple. And then press down on your right hand, inhale, reach up, twist, open up, open the lungs. Exhale, thread the needle. Let's do 3 more like this. Yeah, so we also want to really activate the lungs. We need clear oxygen intake during our detox and in our life in general. Good, last one. Inhale, reach, nice big stretch. Exhale. And then bring yourself back to center. Take a few movements. You can have a little wiggle of the hips from side to side, a little cat-cow. Bring yourself back to nice neutral feeling. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side. So sweeping the right arm out to the side. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, twist. Float the arm all the way under the armpit. Inhale, nice big sweeping movements, but still taking it fairly slow, nothing too outrageous. The buds of spring are not quite fully open yet. And in Ayurveda, there's a time, springtime can be very confusing for the body, for the doshas, or the different elemental structures within us. We don't quite know if we're coming or going. Is it going to be windy, rainy? Is the sun going to shine? Will it hail? So it's these transitional seasons that are the best times to do your detox. The last one, exhaling, because the body doesn't know where it should be. So it's a good time to reset. Okay, coming back to tabletop position. And now let's tuck the toes under. And take a deep breath in. As we exhale, lift the knees off the mat. And let your head simply dangle. Give your head a little shake. And start to pedal the heels. You want to make sure your arms are nice and long and your tailbone is reaching up and back. Now, if this is difficult for you, if you feel it's too much stretch in the back of the legs, it's absolutely fine to bend the knees and then pedal the legs. You can add some hip sway in here as well. And let's go up onto the tiptoes as we inhale. And then as we exhale, take your buttocks to your heels. Good. Inhale up onto the tiptoes, leaning forwards a little. Exhale, sit back down. And once more. Good. Now look forward. And as you inhale, step both feet to the front of your mat. And then as you exhale, just take it into a nice forward fold. And again, you can have bent knees here. Now we're going to bend the knees a little bit. So we're sitting into our colon here. And then bring your feet together and sit back properly as if you're sitting on a chair. So from here, inhale, raise the arms. Good. And then exhale, let's flow it, take it all the way back. Good. Inhale. Keeping in your seated position, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. You might feel your thighs firing up here, helping with your circulation. Inhale. Getting all the blood flowing, all the fluids flowing. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Stay here. Sit back and down. Now make sure that you can see your toes, that your knees are stacking more or less over your ankles and your arms overhead. Good. Last breath here. Good. And then bring your feet together, and as you exhale, hands to the heart center, we're going to twist to the left and take the right elbow across your thigh. Press the palms together and lift your chest. Try not to let the buttocks dip over to one side. Good. We're moving into an even deeper twist here. Last couple of breaths. Good. And then as you exhale, take it back into your forward fold. Good, straighten the legs a little bit, hold on to your elbows, and take a little sway from side to side. Okay, from here, bend the knees, and let's roll up through the spine. All the way up to Tadasana. That's just a nice upright standing position. Tadasana, that means mountain pose. You're coming back to your center. You close your eyes, think about your energy all drawing into your midline, spine, third eye, center of the head, all the way down through the feet. And just take a couple of breaths. You might notice that your heart rate is slightly increased, which is good. You're awakening up your system. So often in winter, we suffer with mucus, coughs and colds, all that heavy energy. This is going to help burn it off or melt it. Good. Okay, as we inhale, let's bend the knees again. And we'll go straight back into chair pose, no more flowing, but we will take our twist on the opposite side. So deep breath in. And then as you exhale, hands to the heart center, twist to the opposite side, pressing palm to palm. Demonstrate on this side. Lifting the chest, sitting back and down. Promise if you sit back and down, it's a lot less strenuous. Good. Last couple of breaths here. Important to keep your focus on your breath and to remember that each pose does come to an end. Last breath. As you exhale, come back into your forward fold. Let's shake out the head. And then bend the knees. Let's roll up through the spine. All the way back up and back to the top of your mat. And now we're going to do some classic sun salutations. So you're coming back to Tadasana, shoulders stacked over hips, and hips over ankles, and your heels slightly outwardly turned. So as we inhale, we're going to raise the arms, lift the heart, gentle back bend. Exhale, open the arms wide, swan dive. And then inhale, come into a flat back position, fingertips on the shins. As you exhale, bend your knees and step your right foot back. And we're coming into a low lunge. We're pressing into that ascending colon. Take your fingers onto the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, tuck your back toes under and step back to plank. Nice long arms here. Press through the heels. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, back to knees, chest, chin. This might seem familiar. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, child's pose. So we've taken it from our earth sun salutation to our sun salutation. So a little higher. Tuck the toes under as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhalation, look forward and step your right foot forward. Come down onto your left knee. Fingertips either side. Your next breath in, you're lifting your chest. And then as you exhale, take your hands back down. Inhale, step it back to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Good. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's. Modified sun sea. Good. Inhale back to tabletop, tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale onto the tiptoes. Now bend the knees, look forward. And then as you step forward, you're going to take a fold to exhale. Good. Good. Let's bend the knees, roll up through the spine, and all the way back to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 rounds of breath here. Finding stillness, taking pause, noticing any changes in your body. Perhaps your mind has also quietened down a little more. Okay, bring your hands onto your hips. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your right knee. As we exhale, step it back into a long lunge. And then inhale, open out to warrior 2. So your back foot turns out. Good. Deep breath in, reach forward. And then as you exhale, let's reverse that warrior. Good. Inhale, lift all the way up. As you exhale, forearm onto thigh. And let's float the upper arm to the diagonal, side angle pose. So from here, let's take your upper arm around the back of your body. You might want to take your socks off here if you're slipping on your mat. And then option to take your fingers down towards your ankle of your right arm. Or some of you might be able to bind, turning your chest up towards the ceiling, looking up. Last breath here. And then inhale. Rise all the way up. Good. As we exhale, we're bringing right toes forward, turning left toes to face the opposite direction of your mat. And bend your front knee. Back to warrior 2, opposite side. The shoulders are nice and soft and the arms fairly dynamic. Turn your gaze to your middle finger. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift up and out of the pelvis to reverse your warrior. Good. And then inhale, lift up. So we're using our abdominal muscles. Good. As you exhale, forearm on the thigh, simply floating the other arm over to the diagonal, getting a nice side bend in here as well. Pressing through that back outer foot and the back hip. And then let's take the upper arm around the back body. Slide the fingertips down. Now I should add, if your shoulder starts doing this motion, just keep your forearm on your thigh. Yes, I think Kitten agrees. And then you can wrap your arm around, turn your chest up towards the ceiling, lean back into your inner thigh. Last couple of breaths. Okay, very good. As you inhale, come all the way back up. And then as we exhale, we're going to turn the right heel in. Take your hands onto your hips. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's come back into a higher version of the squat. Good. And we're going to take some twists here. So deep breath in. As you exhale, right shoulder to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, opposite way. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite. Inhale, center. Last one, exhale. And then lift up. Can you lift your arms up? Moving into this warrior goddess Kali pose. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take your hands back down. Now stick your tongue out. Drop the head all the way down. And then inhale, look up and lift up. So we're going to do a couple of lion's breaths. So that's the basis of it, but there's a few additions. You're going to look up towards your third eye. As you inhale, look up. And then as you exhale, stick the tongue out and take your chin down to your chest. Now the trick is when you get your tongue to the chin and the chin to the chest, you're going to hold your breath out and you're going to squeeze your pelvic floor as if you're trying to restrain yourself from going to the toilet. Draw your belly in, and then the chin is down towards the chest. This is called Mahabandha and lion's breath. That's a powerful detoxifying breath, clearing the bottom of the lungs. Good, so let's do it together. Inhale, up to the third eye. Exhale, tongue goes out. Drop the head down. Lift the pelvic floor. Pull the belly in. Chin to chest. Hold it out only for as long as feels comfortable. And then release all of those locks and lift the head up. Exhale normally. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Lock, pelvic floor, navel lock, chin lock, hold. Inhale, release. And then as you exhale, come back to standing position, heel toe your feet back together. Onto Tadasana. So let's move to the front of the mat to bring everything together now back onto the ground. As you inhale, raise your arms, take a little gentle standing back bend. Exhale, open the arms wide, swan dive. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, simply step your way back to downward facing dog. And let out. And come back down onto the knees, back into child's pose. Take a little pause here. You've worked hard, so you should be feeling that you need to have a little pause here. Or if you prefer, you can put in thunderbolt pose. And we'll just finish off with a couple of supine twists. So take your legs out in front and lie down on your back. Bring your knees into your chest and bring your arms around the knees. Bring your forehead to your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You will do a little inversion as well first. So extend your legs up. And take 3 rounds of breath here. If this is difficult for you, you can sit on your hands or place a rolled up cushion or block underneath your sacrum. It's just in between your buttocks and your lower back. And then once you've taken 3 rounds of breath there, we're opening that lymphatic drainage system. Then bring your feet back down. Take your arms nice and wide. Option to lift the feet off the ground. And as you exhale, drop your feet over to the right side. And allow the weight of your legs and gravity to do the work here. It's okay for your neck. You can turn your head to the left side. Start to become aware of your breath. Inviting longer exhalations. And then inhale, bring the knees back to center. And exhale, drop the feet the opposite way. Turn your head the other way. Simply let go here. Remember, this is the season of softening, not forcing. Energy is not at its peak right now. That will happen in summertime, naturally. And all those different doshas, different combinations of elements within you jostling around your system right now, not knowing whether they're coming or going. So we go gently. We move a little more than perhaps we have done in winter, because winter, by its nature, is a time for rest and a time for stillness. So we're emerging out of that carefully, compassionately. Bring your knees back to center. And extend your legs. Set yourself up for Shavasana, taking the arms down by your side. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. We can make the R sound as we breathe out. So deep breath in. Ah. And allow your body to drop down into the ground. Imagine you're being held by the earth. Those spring shoots starting to emerge around you. Also that sense of spring awakening within you. Breath can become very soft and easy now. Giving your body, mind, time and space to integrate your practice and to process the shedding of what no longer serves you, to create more clarity from which you can move into the next season, the season of creation. What is it you're creating in your life to move forward? And then when you're ready, starting to find a little movement through the fingers and toes, bringing your body back to life. Taking a nice full body stretch. Carefully bringing yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed, noticing how you feel now, what you're ready for. Perhaps inviting an intention for your day, for yourself. We bring palms together at the heart center to conclude our practice today, reminding us to stay close to our own hearts, to be good to ourselves. We lower forehead to fingertips. And bow down to Mother Earth, our home, our provider. Namaste and happy detoxing.